Now, case statements only arrived at Python in version 3.10, but they're things that have existed in a lot of other languages for a long while. So to do a case statement, it's another type of selection similar to an if statement, but it's just another way of accomplishing the task. And some people like these because they find them more readable and neater. So let's take a really simple example where we're asking the user to enter the number of a month. So we'll have month number, we'll ask for that to be an input. And we'll keep it as a string, enter month number. And we'll create a program that will convert that to the month name. So what we could do is we could do a case statement. So we do match month number, and then we come up with our cases. So on case, let's say case is it's a 1. Then we want to say month name is equal to Jan. Otherwise, let's say there's a case it's a 2. We're not going to do all of these, don't worry. Month is therefore equal to Feb. Do the colon there. And then we'll have the final case, which is where you have an underscore and then your colon. And that's like an else on an if statement. That's a catch-all. So we'll have month name. I've got the name there. Month name is equal to another month. So to prove this works, we would need to print out month name and then run it. When we run our code, you can see it says enter month number. If I type in 1, it's printing out Jan. If I run it again, I'll type in 4. It prints out another month because it's falling under that catch-all there. Now, that's the essence of case statements. They're quite straightforward, but again, for some things where you're trying to do, you're trying to match something, this is sometimes better than an if statement. You're not having to do if, elif, 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 elif. You can just put them in cases like this and make it quite quick, neat, and very easy to read. Now, another thing I quite like about this is you can also match based on the structure of something. So you can do this as well in if statements, but I quite like the fact this exists here. So let's take, for example, let's start again, and let's say we've got a list of items. And we're going to have 2 items in. We'll have item A, we'll have apple, and we'll have banana. So what we want to do then is do a match how many items we've got. So we could do items, and you can obviously do this with len and things like that, but I'm going to do by structure. So I'm going to say match items, and the case is that we've got a structure that looks like this. Then with output, you have 2 items. Sorry, you have 1 item. You have 1 item. And I could do something similar for 3 and 4. So I could say, hey, it looks like that. It's 3. I don't know why I've done these out of order. 2. And we'll do the catch-all at the end. You have lots of items. You've got 3 items. You've got 2. So when we run this, it's saying I've got 2 items. It's matched the structure. So if I delete this and I run it again, as 1 item, it will say I've got 1 item. If I have multiple items, it will tell me because it falls under that catch-all there. So you can match structure as well. It doesn't have to be a completely dedicated match to a certain type of string or anything like that. You can match the type of data. So you could have a case for if it's an integer and look at the type, a string, etc. That's a case statement. It's another way of achieving selection as an alternative to if statements.